Bill Skarsgård is back to welcome us to Derry. And what's going on, Minor League Films? We're talking that Welcome to Derry, the official trailer or official teaser, basically a trailer drop. So definitely want to jump into that. Make sure you like the video, hop in the comments, let me know what you think about it. Let's jump into it, man. It definitely one of my favorite horror series. I watched the 1990s show. I watched both movies, or the 1990s series. I watched both movies. Definitely love those. The second It wasn't as good as the first one, but that first one of my favorite movies of the decade. Now this has
What
a
did he say?
series, which is big news. Bill Skarsgård is back for it. He's acting in it. If he wasn't going to be in it, probably wouldn't be nearly as excited. But now that he's back for a six episode series, I believe, super excited for it, man, on HBO Max. So you know the production is going to be there. You know the good acting is going to be there. HBO really doesn't miss on shows. They do really well with theirs. I mean, watch The Last of Us right now. So they've done really well. Got a lot of confidence in there, but a lot I want to talk about. So obviously, start with that. We got our star back. Got this cast here. Not a lot of people that I recognize from this cast, but that's a good thing because for me, when you have notable actors, sometimes you see those actors and you can't really get your mind off of those. With these actors not being as noticeable, you can really kind of jump into the characters and look at them as more so real people in this town of Derry, which a lot of craziness happens, man. So looking at this trailer, very creepy vibes, creepy tone. Obviously, you start off with the kid, and he's like, "Hey," and they're like, "Hey, you're walking out of here by yourself. Like, where do you need to go?" He's like, "Anywhere outside of this town." Now, this could be the first shot of this series, or this could be the last shot. Obviously, we know this is a prequel, so this is well before the characters we know from the first It and second It. So I don't know if there was any characters hanging around from the '60s in that movie, as far as I remember, but it doesn't bode well for our characters here. But I want to talk about this, man. It's a prequel. A lot of things you can do here. Now, I have questions. Now, where did it come from? This entity, I have no idea. What was his purpose for coming here? I mean, obviously, we get a turtle reference early in there. If you missed it, one of its nemesis is a turtle. So definitely, you want to look at that and say, hey, man, what's going on with this turtle? I don't even think Stephen King ever really explained, what was going on with that. His nemesis when he was coming for. What does he do? Does he kill people as well? A lot of questions there, but they do give us a reference in the trailer, so make sure they might do some explaining here to get there. But yeah, like I said, the vibes is all here. Obviously, the control over the parents is something I would love to hop into as well. This being a prequel, I mean, we just know it in the series is it has this control, and adults don't quite see what the kids see because he's attacking kids and snatching them up. Now he doesn't do that with adults, so it's kind of has this mask over this town that he does. So interested to see if they explain that and dive into that a little more. I would be interested in that because the adults never kind of have a hand in here. And if we look at this trailer, we see the police. Police are like, "Hey man, stay out of adults' business." And it's like you have this wall of missing kids here. You ain't put two together yet. And me, Johnny, and our fourth grade class could do it. Y'all need some help. So, and to see you there, man. But we're back in Maine in 1962. Like I said, it's about 30 years before the first It. So definitely interested to see the dynamics and kind of get our start here for a prequel series. You can do a lot with it. This family comes into town. You see the black family in the trailer. I'm wondering, are these adults now? We haven't really seen this, but are these adults going to be really self conscious because they talk about the missing kids, and we know the mask that it usually has over adults that don't see anything. It would be an interesting thing if we see it from both sides. We see these adults trying to say, hey, like, hey, there's a problem here. And the more I dive into this town, the more I realize, like, hey, my kid might be in danger and how can I actually help that? And we also have the kids who are teaming up and say, hey, like, we all got to band together because if not, we're going to get picked off one by one and end up dead. So I'll be interested to see if that is something we do. Now, another thing that gives me a lot of hope with this series is we looked at the director, Andy Muschietti. He actually directed both the first It movie and the second It movie. So, like I said, that first It movie is one of my favorite. If I didn't say, it's one of my favorite of the decade. As far as in movie, I love that movie. It was rated really well. I think 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, both from critics and audiences. The second movie didn't do as well, but I still think it was a solid second movie. It wasn't the best thing ever, but it was solid in a way to cap the series. So yeah, he's back, which gives me that same tone. Him and Bill Skarsgård back together. You know the tone is going to be there. So that already, and HBO Max, the trifecta right there. But yeah, talking about this family, it's be interesting to see. Now this is 1960s. We know how the tone was in the 1960s, and I'm very interested to see if we saw the lady look at them weird in the trailer. I'm very interested to see if that is some sort of level of racial tone, or is it just like it has this control and he knows they're not falling into it like the rest of the people? Something definitely they can tackle from both dynamics. Now we know the kids, they're gonna be all good. It's like, bro, I don't care what you look like. I'm not trying to get killed. So let's all help each other out and survive here. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this moves forward into these later It movies that we have. Like I said, I don't remember any characters from 1960, so it's just these kids working together. Maybe they all get picked off one by one eventually. I mean, I haven't seen a horror series in really a while. Wouldn't count really The Last of Us as that. It has some horror elements. Chucky is a good one, but I haven't seen that in a little bit. Maybe Goosebumps, but that's really more gateway horror. So a horror series is something I'm definitely excited for. Also, too, this comes out in fall, which is the perfect timeline. It gets a little chilly outside, gets a little windy. Perfect time for horror. It's summer right now. Action movies, thrillers, all that good stuff. You can throw that in there, but we can get the horror in the fall because that's where it needs to be. Yeah, so a lot of things here. I'm hoping this series kind of just opens our eyes a little bit to what's going on. I think there's some great shots. I think it looks amazing. HBO is going to deliver. They have great shows. They always do. If I say you're going to subscribe to one channel and pay the money, don't let it be Netflix. Let it be HBO because HBO has the bangers. I mean, FX also has bangers, but we're going to talk about HBO. HBO has the bangers, so I'm interested to see what they do with this, man. I think it's a 6 episode series, so I'm highly excited for it. As I said, it releases this fall with Bill Skarsgård coming back, and this is probably his most notable role. I mean, we saw him in Nosferatu, so he's no stranger playing big giant creatures walking around, but that had nothing on that first It. I mean, it wasn't one of my favorite movies that I've seen in a while, so I thought it was well overrated by people, but nothing on that first It. I think this character is something that he's been at home with and that he's done very well and is always creepy and funny and all that stuff. And to see how they blend it in here. So this trailer just basically gives us the creepy vibes, kind of gets us in that mood. But I think with this director here, we're gonna get the laughs. I thought in that first movie with the kids, he did an excellent job of breaking tension. Like I said, horror and comedy, they need each other. I say this all the time. They need each other. It's kind of in that same level of emotion. I mean, even if you get scared, you might laugh a little bit and be like, I don't know what's going to happen, but let me try to break this up and not be so petrified. So I think those two things go well together. This director has done that well from what I've seen. I'm definitely in those two movies in directing and acting and directing with kids. So I think that bodes well for this series, man. And obviously, this is something that we've been looking for a while now. Can he answer those questions? Are we going to get answers on the turtles? Are we going to get more elaborations on it? I mean, we're going to have to wait and see there. But I mean, all the elements are here to tackle that and do a great job with it. So just wanted to recap this trailer. A lot of good scenes here. It very reminiscent of it's that we've seen before, pipes, the sewers, all that good stuff. Adults looking crazy and weird, and obviously just with dead eyes and the kills. I feel like as long as the kills in here also deliver like they did with the first couple movies, we're gonna be good money there. So I just want to tackle that. Thought this was good. Drop trailer. I don't need to see nothing else. Like I said, we got this teaser. I don't need to see you show the whole show in the second trailer. Move on from that. But yeah, that's it. Minor League Films, man. We'll be back when more trailers will drop. We'll be back when that show drops, talk about it, all that good stuff. But yeah, Minor League Films. Like the video, comments. Let us know what you think about the trailer. Subscribe here, and then on all channels is pretty much Minor League Film. So that's Instagram. TikTok is Coronal Comics, but yeah, Instagram, Minor League Films, pretty much everywhere else. So make sure you sub, all that good stuff, and I'll be back to talk about more It as news drops. So we'll catch you next time.